Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 6 of the SUSpiracy podcast. This week we are talking about Sihuanaba. We have a resident Spanish speaker.
Yeah. Neither of us.
Brother-in-law.
Right. Neither of us can speak any Spanish.
We don't speak good
Spanish.
Spanish.
Speak good Spanish.
We don't speak good English, so
we don't know how to make those sounds. So we definitely want you guys to hear how it sounds. So I asked my brother-in-law because that's his first language, so he knows how to say things. Yes. And he's awesome, and they give me life.
Yes.
I told her I'd say nice things.
Yeah, that's good. That's nice things.
Okay.
So we'll play those voice clips for you so you can understand what we're talking about instead of butchering the name. But we will do that in a minute. Temptations are not just a vocal group, right? But also the strong desire to give in and act on certain emotions. One of these may involve getting killed by a sexy horse. Nice. Nice. The other is singing about my girl. You? I don't know. Unless my girl also happens to be a sexy horse. Let's talk about Sihuanaba, the cryptid of the month, who has an insatiable appetite for men. And maybe a little bit of straw notes, too. But first, announcements. Do you have any announcements this week?
No.
Jesus Christ, get some announcements. Thank you. So we have a Twitter set up now. The problem being that somebody already has Cancel Cult on Twitter. I didn't know that until this day, so I've been plugging it on Totally Innocent for the last 2 episodes. By the way, go check out Totally Innocent when you're done with this one.
It's really good.
But yeah, so the Twitter is actually Canceled Cult 1. Just 1, the number 1. Because somebody already has it. And so I went on an adventure.
Okay.
And I went to look at this person who stole our account. And so I went to the profile page, and the profile has been banned for terms of service.
Oh.
So I don't know why it's still there.
I love that you've been plugging this.
Yeah, and
because now people think we've been banned.
But yeah, it's actually Canceled Cult 1. And we might change that because I don't like numbers are kind of cliche and dumb in usernames. Unless you have one and you're listening, then you're not dumb. But yeah, so the Twitter, currently Cancel Cult 1. You can find us on Facebook at Cancel Cult over there. If you want to stay up to date on all of our latest podcasts, information revolving around all of those, you can head on over to thecancelcult.com. Collecting Dust is on hiatus. It's on a break.
Just a little break.
Because I'm gonna change up my main YouTube channel. That is what I mainly use to post videos from that on. So I'm gonna do that. And then if you want to send a message into the show, you want something read on air, you want to tell us who to cover next or what to cover next, conspiracy, you can send an email to cancelcultproductions@gmail.com. Just in the subject line, make sure you write which podcast you're writing into because all 3 of the podcasts share the same email. So we don't want to get confused. And I think that's all I got.
Well, all right.
Is that all you got?
That. I didn't have any announcements.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play the voice clips for Sihuanaba. From our brother-in-law.
Yeah, shout out to Julian.
Your brother-in-law? Is he my brother-in-law?
He's my sister's husband. Yes?
We can't even figure this out. We can't speak Spanish.
No.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
We are not capable of second languages.
Yes, so I'm going to play those right now. And then we'll get into it.
And we'll just do our best from here on out.
We're gonna get into it.
Forgive us. We don't speak Spanish.
Cega, segua, la siguanaba, Sihuanaba.
The one that he pronounced was cega.
Yeah, that
like
one I can
Genesis?
say. I've been saying that for a long
Sega
time.
Genesis.
Yes, I can say that one.
Okay, so Sihuanaba, la siguanaba, segua, and Sega Dreamcast. All right. Let's learn about it.
All right. So these ladies mainly are in South and Central America.
Are they only ladies?
Yes.
They're only sexy horse ladies.
They are only sexy horse ladies, and we will get to that.
Nice.
They're also in Mexico.
Okay.
Like, they're a big part, like, in everywhere in Mexico.
They're all over the place in Mexico.
I guess. That's what I found.
Is that where donkey shows originated from?
So I have to include North America because Mexico, but, like, everywhere else that it's in. But, and I would not know.
Okay. Gotcha. I just thought,
Why would I
the
know
old
that?
horse, donkeys are... Anyway, so
Okay.
they're running around Mexico. They're all over Mexico.
No, did you want to continue with that?
No, so evidently they're everywhere in Mexico.
Yeah, I guess that's what that's what
How come
the
nobody's
interweb
seen them?
says. Well, they don't live.
Oh, they're not alive. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. So she is a shape-changing spirit.
So a ghost.
Right.
Okay.
She's like a hot girl summer bad bitch.
Okay.
Right.
I like it. Well, nice.
She reminds me a lot of the siren, but I mean it's a little bit water related.
Like
but-
mermaids?
Yeah, well, no.
I mean, mermaids are sirens.
No.
All sirens are mermaids, but not all mermaids are sirens.
I don't think that's accurate either.
Have you seen The Little Mermaid?
We're going to have to cover
Yeah.
mermaids and sirens eventually,
Well,
but
it'd be the same show.
it
then,
wouldn't.
so
It
the same
wouldn't.
episode,
But
But
sirens, because of the water and the luring men to their deaths. This one's not all water. Like, it's not as, you wouldn't confuse it with a mermaid.
right, okay.
But essentially, I mean, they're really similar. And I just like this one. She can change her shape.
So she's a shape-changing spirit.
Yes.
Does she always choose the shape of a horse or the face of a horse?
No.
No. Okay. That sucks. So I was going to say you could lead a horse to water, but you can't stop her from killing you, I guess.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, I don't know how responsible she really is for
okay.
these. Okay,
Yeah.
because like they're dying of fear.
That's possible.
Right, or would it be sexist of me to call them pussies?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it might be kind of scary to see a horse hybrid human.
Right, it's not always a horse though. Because sometimes it's a human skull. And sometimes it's a horse skull, and sometimes it's a decaying, rotting horse face.
But it's always a horse.
Sometimes it's a human skull.
Okay, so it's either a normal human skull or a horse.
Of some sort, yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and it didn't say it was like like a clean, bleached white skull, but that's what I don't know. That's
I imagine it being very grotesque,
probably.
very decay, like flesh decay.
Well, if
looking.
it's scaring these men to death,
It's gonna be.
it's gonna be pretty fucked up.
It's. I got this thought in my head that's kind of. You've probably never seen the Saw movies because you don't watch good movies.
I would love to.
So in Saw, I won't spoil anything if you're gonna watch them, but the main, not really the main bad guy, but one of his minions runs around and kidnaps these people to put them in the traps, and she wears a pig mask. So that's like a horse mask. That's what I'm thinking of here. Like it's the same concept, except
in a movie I haven't seen.
yeah, in a pig instead of a horse.
Right.
But also maybe she's not scaring them to death. Maybe she's putting them in traps.
And we wouldn't know because they're dead.
Technically, she would be a trap if she isn't really what she's saying she is, and then turns out to be a horse. Sexy horse, I might add.
Yes. Yes, because when you come across one of these, I wrote all their names in here. I think we get the point.
Sega
Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
She's supposed to look like a beautiful naked.
Yeah, I hit that button for that one.
Hit the button for her being naked. A woman with long, luscious, flowing hair.
Okay. Nice.
Sometimes she's dressed in white, but it just feels like more special that she's naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it feels more likely to get, she's luring.
Right. You wouldn't be lured. Well,
I mean, you could.
Maybe, yeah.
She's got magic.
Yeah, the magic. Okay.
There are a few different regional versions.
Okay. So this isn't just Mexico.
Nope. The cega originated in Spain, actually.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was Japan. Nice. Nice. Okay.
You did it.
I did it.
You did it.
So in Spain.
Spain. Yeah, that's the only European country, though, that she... But it's...
Fishy.
It's less. So, like, South America really took it and they beefed it up. Spain kind of didn't really go for it with this one. I mean, it started there, but they didn't really get
They
the
just
ball.
couldn't. Yeah. They couldn't finish. They
Yeah,
couldn't close out.
exactly. I've heard the Spanish have that problem sometimes.
Yeah.
So apparently in Spain they're fuzzy. It was described as fuzzy in all of the resources I found. Now, I don't know if that means, flocked
She's
or
flocked.
like soft. It could. It probably means distorted, since
Okay.
we're talking about a shapeshifter.
Right.
But I would like to imagine that it's a soft animal, but it's a person.
Yeah.
It's not one of the sexy ones if it's fuzzy, I would think.
Yeah, some people might like that.
Or maybe it's a furry.
That could be it too.
Maybe the Spanish invented furries?
Maybe.
I
don't
wouldn't
think
know.
so.
I haven't studied furry history.
I haven't either. I don't know much about it. I know it's fucking weird, but if that's your cup of tea.
So
Get
this furry woman
Yeah, okay.
is fuzzy woman is washing clothes in the bank of a river on a moonless night.
Why is it always a bank of a river?
Spain?
Waterfalls.
Do they have waterfalls?
Fucking washing machines.
Bank of a river.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't seem like the cleanest of the options because I feel like banks are muddy.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, so that is very siren-esque
Yeah,
on the bank of a river or something.
exactly. But they kind of sometimes describe her as an old woman with white hair and dressed in black there.
That's not alluring to me.
And that she acquires the form of a beautiful woman in front of men that approach her, and then she turns into a monster, and then she kills them. And that's the Spanish version.
Okay. Weird. So she starts as an old lady.
Yeah, like that might be her, like, resting pose.
Okay. Resting old lady face.
Right, and then she turns hot,
Okay.
and then she hits her final form.
Unlikely. Then she hits her final form.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So that's...
weird.
Thank you, Spain.
Yeah, thanks, Spain. Thank you.
Give it up for Spain.
Give it up to Spain. Thank you, Spain. Nice.
So El Salvador had the most... it had the beefiest origin story.
Okay.
Because not all of them really cared or seemed to care to describe how it started. It's just been there.
It just popped up.
Some of them did. Others had ideas. But the El Salvadorans really went for it. So they said that it started off as a peasant girl.
Okay.
And she became the queen because she was
Ooh.
fucking with magic and she married a prince.
Nice. Slay Queen. Nice.
Girl boss.
Get it.
So she married the prince, and then when they got married, he went to war.
As you do.
Right. And so then she just went ahead and started fucking a bunch of other dudes.
As you do.
Right. Because her husband was at war.
Right. It's war, so.
It's respectable.
What are the odds of him coming back anyway?
Exactly. So then she got pregnant from one of her trysts.
Oh, okay.
And I guess
Juicy.
she was a pretty terrible mother.
Not
That's
surprising.
mentioned because her son actually is a cryptid also. We could cover that at some point.
Okay.
I did not include his name because I thought it might be fun to...
Right. It was a mystery.
It's a mystery. Also, I knew I wouldn't be able to pronounce it.
Okay.
And it's very like regional to El Salvador, I think.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, her son, and she neglected him pretty bad. And eventually she tried to use magic, the magic that she used to woo
become
the
queen.
prince, to become
Okay.
queen. She tried to use it to kill her prince. And she fucked it up big time.
Is that she turned into a horse?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I really don't understand the horse symbolism if this is the origin story, but that's fine.
Antsy and the Pansy.
Well, it's a lot, you know. It's a whole story. So she tried to kill her husband, and the husband prince got all big and scary and evil. Instead of dying, he grew another head. He was harshing everyone's vibes, and so he got killed real quick. So I mean, she got her way. He did get killed, but like,
nice.
She angered their god.
Okay.
Because
that's one way to do it.
That would do it, I would assume.
Black magic.
Right. And he was not impressed, so he changed her name.
To Sihuanaba.
Sihuanaba. That was embarrassing. And that means hideous woman, according to the website that I found this on.
Not.
And now she is cursed to be beautiful at first sight and then become hideous when luring victims into gorges. This specifically said gorges, and this one did not include the horse.
That doesn't seem effective.
But she's beautiful while she's luring them into the gorges. Yeah, but then you get
closer, and then...
What's a gorge? Is it like a river, like a gross one? I'm imagining a bog.
We'll say that. It's like a bog.
Okay, so maybe like she's like a monster that holds them under the water once they've been lured in.
Yeah, probably.
It doesn't say.
It's something.
I only have the information available to me.
Right.
I can't ask her. If she would like to be interviewed.
Why don't you come on the show? We're gonna have a good old interview with Sihuanaba. Come on over.
So the Guatemalan version's cool.
Yeah. Hideous woman.
Because the Guatemalan version specifically has a target. It's not just luring and killing men. It's luring and killing unfaithful men.
Nice. Good. She got a moral code.
Yeah, well, she only feels like she's killing the ones that deserve it.
Yep. Good.
And not that infidelity would legally justify murder, I guess, but like, she's not a human.
True, she's a spirit.
And she is living her best life.
Or a demon witch.
Afterlife.
Yep.
So, when she's encountered in Guatemala, she's a slim, beautiful woman. Skinny legend.
Okay.
And she's bathing in a river or a water source. So this would be one of the naked ones.
Okay. Like a siren.
And she's rubbing herself because she's bathing.
Yep.
And occasionally she appears on the side of the road. It doesn't say she's not still bathing herself.
Why?
So it doesn't say she is, but draw your own conclusions.
She only appears in the rain.
Maybe.
On the side of the road. Otherwise, she has to have an active water source.
Maybe she brings her own.
To traverse the plane.
She's in like an inflatable pool.
There's a truck that's just driving around an inflatable pool. That's the angered god.
Yeah, he's real mad.
Yeah.
Where was...
Driving an F-150. He's got an inflatable pool in the back.
Apparently she rides with the victim. So... I don't know, she's in a water source, she must still be near some sort of area that people travel on.
Right.
If it's a horse or a car, she rides with them. And then she exposes that her fingernails are actually claws.
Ooh.
And her face is a gross horse. And then the man just dies of fear.
A gross horse?
It said gross.
It's a gross horse.
Yeah. It said it was gross. I assume they meant like it was decomposing. It could have just been ugly.
Could be.
It was so ugly that he died of fear. Guatemala does have a second legend.
Okay.
This word it's like an indigenous type of people, so I didn't know who'd be able to say it, and I definitely don't want to fuck that up. So we're just going to put it on the screen.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
It's up here somewhere.
Thank you. Because can you say it? Because I know I can't.
That's Cacchical.
That might be offensive.
Yeah, maybe. Cacchical Maya people. Cacchical.
Okay, Cacchicle sounds like a 90s snack.
Yeah.
That's not...
Yeah, we'll just...
Yeah, let's just write it out somewhere.
Yeah, we'll just write it up.
These people have their own legend. It's pretty different, but it is still called the same thing.
Okay.
And it has similarities. This one goes after bad kids and drunk husbands.
Ooh.
She has enormous glowing eyes and a hoof for a hand. She wears a glittering dress, but it's like a plus that they didn't do the naked thing because there's kids involved.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So she should...
Indecent exposure, so.
Yeah. She's already a murderer. She doesn't need to be a sex offender, too.
Right.
Right. And she hangs out in garbage dumps. And then...
That's not a place.
Right, I don't know how you're finding kids there very
hanging out
often.
Well, we used to go to the dump a lot.
Did you?
Yeah, just fuck around.
Is that just a small town thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think... Like, up here in the city, they don't let you... It's like gated off. You can't get in. But ours is just kind of like a burn pit dump. You just drop grass clippings and branches and garbage.
And you played in it?
Well, no, and just go out there and smoke cigarettes and fuck around.
Okay.
Throw rocks and shit.
You were rebellious.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's where she's hanging out. So maybe that's where she's getting the kids.
Yep, probably.
But I would think
through.
she'd be terrifying from the very beginning if she's got the giant glowing eyes and the...
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's the dress that like draws them into like glitter.
That could be.
But I just thought I'd include that second story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And now in Panama, now this word has a double L. And I don't know if it's Spanish or English, so I don't know if that should be a Y.
Empoderada? Maybe?
Okay.
Women?
They're called that woman.
That woman.
He said, I think. This one goes for drunk or womanizing men that are traveling. She hangs out specifically on road signs and convinces the men to let her ride with them on their horse or in their car. She's beautiful and brooding.
Oh,
Yeah, described her as brooding. We like them when they're broody. And also went out of its way to describe her as very well groomed.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, I just found it interesting that they complimented her grooming, because it feels like in most things, if grooming is mentioned, it's because it's especially bad.
Okay.
So I don't know. I just thought her grooming habits being important when it wasn't mentioned on any of the other versions. Right. Maybe her eyebrows were on fleek.
Probably.
That's probably what happened.
Probably fleeking.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I forced that word out. So that woman, she is well groomed.
Yep, well groomed.
And so she first appears with a woman's face, with that face I described.
Okay.
But as soon as the man tries to throw a move on her, her face turns into a human skull. And that scares the man so much he kills himself.
I don't like not being a horse.
The horse ones are more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, a human has a skull, so.
Well, and people might react weirder to the fact that they were just sexually attracted to it. But then it would also, could have been a dead human. That would have been unappealing for some.
Yeah, that's true.
Nicaragua has one. That's a cega. That's not what I wrote, but that's one of the words.
The Sega Genesis.
They have an origin story too. They believe that it's a witch.
Okay.
That was cheated on by a man.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Witches, yeah.
Yeah, witches. She was cheated on, and obviously what you do in that situation, what any sane woman would do, is to make a pact with the devil.
Right, obviously.
So she went ahead and did that in a cornfield.
As you do.
That's where you do that.
Right.
And then she vomited out her soul.
That's accurate. Yeah.
Is that what happens?
I think so. That's why I haven't thrown up in like 11 years because
your soul's gone.
yeah, it's terrible. Every
What
time.
pact did you make with the devil?
Well, he never came through on it, so.
He owes you a soul.
Yep.
Her face was changed into a horse skull after she barsted her soul.
Nice. Like that.
So it's a horse and a skull.
Okay. I like that.
She likes the rural areas.
Oh, down there in the country down there.
Yes, and
Okay.
she likes to punish womanizers and night owls.
Okay. Why?
The term night owls will come up in the other ones too.
Night owl.
I don't know
I'm
if
a night
maybe
owl.
she's like trying to keep people off the streets at night,
I guess.
and that's her way of doing it, or I have no idea why night owls was important.
Yeah, that's weird.
Keep those streets clean.
Right. Got to.
So yeah, she's punishing the night owls, and she likes to play with them by chasing them around a little because her legs are crazy devil horse legs. They can like horse
Well, yeah, that should get more
horse racing
speed.
because horses are fast.
Yep.
So then they can't outrun her, and then she grabs them, and then she takes a bite out, just a chunk out of their cheek, just a bite,
Okay.
and then she leaves, and then he dies of fear.
Okay. That's a good one.
That is Nicaragua for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicaragua.
Yeah, thanks, Nicaragua. Round of applause for Nicaragua. Thank you so much for that story. Okay.
All right, so let's take a temporary trip back up north
Cape.
to Mexico.
Good old Mexico. All right.
All right. There was a lot of information in the Mexican part of this cryptid.
Okay.
I narrowed it down because it was very regional.
Okay.
So there are a lot of regions in Mexico.
Gotcha.
And their differences for like from one version of this to another weren't that large. Like
Okay.
I have some like differentiating here, but not a lot. So the entire country though has accounts of her. And some of them are saying that she hangs out by the side of the road washing herself in a stream. So that she has to be. So if
Has
you
to be a road with a stream on it then.
right. So if you're in her target market, just don't drive down streets with streams near them.
Right, her demographic.
Yeah. Right, and so usually she wants a drunk cheating man. So if you're a drunk cheating man, you should probably not be driving.
Right, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't be driving.
Get a ride.
Yeah.
But
Don't drink and drive.
Also, maybe just avoid streets with streams nearby.
Yeah. I won't be going down any more roads with streams.
Excuse me?
I get drunk sometimes.
You don't drive drunk.
I might ride with my friends, though.
All right.
So.
Her extreme beauty is supposed to enchant this victim. And then the man approaches her, and her face is hidden by a veil, and she doesn't say anything.
Why would you ever approach somebody who is...
Well, apparently she's extremely beautiful, and you can't see her face because she's
how would
hidden
you
behind
know?
a veil. Well, the rest of her, I would assume.
That doesn't mean anything. So...
I don't know.
What do you... That's...
Enough to approach a woman whose face is covered.
I've seen enough horror movies to not do that.
Yeah, you don't approach a stranger. But her face is hidden. She doesn't say anything or respond to them when they're advancing. Okay, so her face is hidden by a veil.
Yep.
And she's not saying anything.
Right.
And they're
She's
like
just silent.
Right. She's completely silent, and these guys are like coming on to her like real hard, and she's just not talking.
Right.
And you can't see her face.
Okay.
And they're just being like next level creepy at this point. I know she's magic, but there's no excuse for that behavior. So when the victim then insists that she go with them, she rips off the veil to reveal a spooky rotting horse head.
Oh, okay. I like that one.
And then she says something along the lines of, "Do I still look pretty to you?" Most of the men then die of fear. Some accounts of the creature in Mexico believe they started out as innocent women and were cursed with black magic. In parts of Mexico City, it's believed they start out as bad wives and were cursed by their husbands.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's the majority of the area. I couldn't get all of Mexico. I'm sorry. You have a lot of culture.
Yep.
And I can't apologize for that because that's a good thing, but I don't have room for it on this right now. So no offense to Honduras in the Honduran version, but it's trash.
It's not good.
It's absolute garbage.
Yeah. Meh.
It started out as a beautiful young woman who was denied marriage at the altar because she wasn't baptized.
Okay.
And
Makes
then
sense.
she lost her mind and wandered around increasingly filthy wedding dress. And as soon as her fiance found a new bride, she died of heartbreak, and her spirit is now cursed to lure bad men into rivers and streams.
Nice. That's a dumb one.
That's a dumb one.
Yeah, I like that one. I like the horse
Yeah.
ones. Sexy horses.
Sexy horses. We like sexy horses.
Yep.
I was not a horse girl.
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
So.
Every school had a horse girl, though. At least one.
Yeah. Well, wasn't you, so.
No, it was Montana.
Okay.
She'll never hear this. And if she does, Montana Fister, you were the horse girl. It's not It's not an insult. I mean, everyone's got a horse girl.
Right.
So Costa Rica.
Okay, another one.
Right, last one.
Okay.
They describe her pretty detailed, actually. The other ones kind of just vaguely say how beautiful she is. This is describing a pretty young brunette white woman with an oval face, large black eyes, long curly hair, and a beautiful mouth with red lips.
Okay.
She is supposed to have an intoxicating voice. So call back to the sirens.
Right.
And a banging bod.
Ooh.
Like, it really mentioned her body a
Nice.
lot. It does say, though, that she's in a pink dress in Costa Rica, so we don't get to see all the bodaciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Just some of it.
Right.
But no man can resist her. And he begins to climb her.
She's tall?
He's climbing her.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of picturing them as both average height for a man and a woman, and he's still attempting to...
Just climbing up there.
And she's just standing still in my visualization of it. In a pink dress.
Right.
And as soon as he starts to climb her, her head turns into a decaying horse head.
Nice.
And I couldn't find anything about what happens to the victim at that point, but I would assume based on the others that he probably died of fear.
Yep, probably.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. So we have some photos.
We do. I should give this a rating, though. Is there a horse emoji?
There's got to be. There has to be a horse emoji. I can't check. I don't have my phone, but I'm sure there is.
All right. I'm going to give it 6 out of 7 horses.
6 out of 7 horse emojis. Oh, I don't have that.
Well, you did it.
What can I do? 6 out of 7.
6 out of 7.
Okay. And we have some photos to throw up now.
Yes, this first one I expertly found on Wikipedia.
Yep, that looks reliable.
It does. It's a horse with chick hair. With woman hair.
Nice. Most horses look like that as it is.
Well, that is that.
Nice.
And this is Wikipedia's
Ooh.
included image to show us what a naked woman combing her hair looks like from behind. And that was included in this article. And props to them for including that.
Yep, good for them.
It looks very impressionistic.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like mid-century modern.
Right, there's shading.
Stupid fucking word.
Mid-century modern.
Stupid fucking word.
Yeah, thank you HGTV for that. This is the white dress.
Okay, and the horse.
And the
decaying
horse head.
Okay.
It's still got the long brown hair.
Yeah.
This one's my favorite.
That's
Because somehow...
a tattoo or something.
It's hot. You know, like, I don't know how it's hot because it's got claws and it's a skeleton unicorn. It's a skull unicorn head, but it's sexy.
Yeah.
How did they do that?
They drew it. It's a
Props
drawing.
to the artist. I couldn't find the artist, but like
Props.
That one's cool. Though none of the information that I had described them as a unicorn skull, but like artistic license.
Right. Yeah, you gotta make it look good.
I wouldn't assume she'd accessorize her skull, but maybe.
Right.
I don't know the cultures of the areas she's in. That might be normal jewelry.
Right. I don't know.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, interesting.
So 6 out of 7 horse emojis.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Are we waiting for an answer
Waiting.
like Dora?
Yeah. What did you guys think of the cryptid? Anyways, is that all we got?
I think that's all we got. Do you know what we want to do next week?
I don't.
Next week's a surprise.
Mystery.
Sounds
good.
And feel free to suggest anything you want.
Yeah, send an email to cancelcoproductions@gmail.com. We're going to get out of here.
See you next Tuesday.
Get.
Bye.
Later, fella.